Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. If you are Gen Z, listen up. This is the article today, and it's kind of an uh-oh moment. Gen Z got only 38% right on a basic money quiz. The worst of any generation. Uh-oh. Let's dive in. Before we do, you can find out more about this article, and we're not picking on you. It's just kind of reality. We just have to learn these things. You can find the article, dive deeper, see the methodology and everything at thecollegeinvestor.com. And you can also like and follow and drop us a line, DMs. I don't know what all the other stuff you do on social media. Just find us, search for The College Investor. You'll find us, and we'll connect with you there. Love it. All right, Gen Z, let's talk about it. Americans' financial literacy has slipped to its lowest level in a decade, according to the 2026 TIAA Institute G-Fleck Personal Finance Index. Say that 10 times fast, released this month. U.S. adults correctly answered just 47% of the 28 PFIN index questions in 2026. That's failing, a significant drop from the prior year and the weakest result since the survey launched in 2017. This is 9 years of data. The figure has never exceeded 52% over the last 10 years. The share of adults with very low financial literacy, 7 or fewer questions correct, that's insane, rose from 20% in 2017 to 25%, a quarter of the people. No, like nothing. The top of the distribution barely moved. Just 15% answered 22 or more correctly, down 1 point from 2017. Scores fell in 5 of the 8 subject areas: consuming, borrowing, earning, insuring, and comprehending risk. Gen Z is the weakest cohort. Gen Z correctly answered only 38% of questions, well below millennials, Gen X, and baby boomers. Go millennials. We're still bad. And by the way, all of them are failing. If you take like 60% being kind of a passing D- type of grade, millennials are 46%, Gen X 49%, baby boomers 54%. You'd think the older generation would know these things. More concerning, 38% of Gen Z fall into the very low literacy bucket, the largest single segment within that generation. Women continued to score lower than men, answering 44% versus 50% of questions correctly. Comprehending risk remains the weakest area across every demographic. Only 36% of risk-related questions were answered correctly. 36%. There's a growing reliance on AI. Could be the problem. The 2026 survey asked about artificial intelligence for the first time. 19% of adults have used an AI tool, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or a bank chatbot, to get personal finance information. Only 4% use AI regularly to manage their finances, and 9% use it occasionally. Younger Americans are the heaviest users. Obviously, 30% of Gen Z and 24% of millennials have turned to AI for finance questions, compared with 8% of boomers. AI use is also positively correlated with financial literacy. 26% of high literacy adults use AI tools versus 14% of low literacy adults. However, the College Investor has reported before, AI answers in personal finance are incredibly unreliable. Last year, the study noted that 37% of Google's AI overview answers in personal finance were actually incorrect. That's a problem. And here's why it matters. The report links low financial literacy to measurable harm. Compared with high literacy adults, those with very low scores are 4 times more likely to have trouble making ends meet, 3 times more likely to be financially fragile, unable to cover a $2,000 emergency, 4 times more likely to lack 1 month of emergency savings, 3 times plus more likely to spend 10 or more hours per week on personal finance issues. Yikes. Retirement readiness looks similarly weak. Adults average just 2.2 correct answers out of 6 retirement-related questions covering Social Security, Medicare, lifetime income, long-term care, and life expectancy. Only 7% answered 5 or 6 correctly. Here's how this connects. The findings land as 28 states have now passed laws requiring high school students to take a personal finance course to graduate, up from just 8 a few years ago. But only 10 of those 28 states have fully implemented the requirement, meaning most current Gen Z adults graduated without mandatory instruction. The TIAA data suggests that gap is showing up in early adult outcomes. Oh boy, not good at all, but you're in the right place. This is the audio show for you if you need to increase your financial literacy. We totally get it. We're just not taught this stuff anymore. So dive in deeper on all the topics we talk about on the podcast. We want to help you wherever you are at thecollegeinvestor.com. Don't forget thecollegeinvestor.com. Also like and follow and all the things on social media. Type in the words The College Investor and you'll find us. By the way, right below this article on the website, there are, in the other stories section, 20 best side hustles to earn money in 2026. A wonderful article. Dive in, make more money, become more financially literate, all in one spot, thecollegeinvestor.com. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and we'll talk to you again real soon.